Okay, so my student number is 160088. My name is Mabel Pennell. And 0088. And my game is Escape from Providence. So what Escape from Providence is a competitive co-op horror game where two teams of two have to navigate a procedurally generated corridor map, and they need to try and get all the resources before the other team and escape with them. The rules are that both teams get spawned on opposite sides of the map, and then they have to go in. The one person needs to lead the other one to get the resources and stuff, whilst also trying to manipulate the map, maybe by like being a pest to the other team, or just purely going objective based or whatever. So the game ends when either team has collected the bioweapon and all the resources for the ship to repair it and to escape. If a teammate is downed, another teammate can attempt to revive him and still win the game. If both are killed, then they have control over the AI spawns, which are these little alien things, to attempt to bring the game to a draw instead of letting their opponents win. So here is a little bit of the game flow of, like, once you boot the game up, it will bring up a simple start options exit menu. The camera will then zoom into the player that's sleeping in his sleeping pod. He'll wake up, and then he has two options. He can either go into the matchmaking or into character customization. With character customization, you have two different sorts of customization. You have your aesthetic customizations, being different helmets or clothing or guns, things like that. And then you have the one-time use customization, where you can buy one-time use abilities like a flashbang or a deployable distraction to distract the aliens. And yeah, for the map maker, it would be like things like counter hacks or faster room scan recharge rates. I'll get to that a little later. And then, yeah, on the second option would be matchmaking, or you could get to your friends and just play with them, or the competitive mode, which is where you'd earn most of your currency for the cosmetics and things. Yeah, the hatch opens. So yeah, this whole room is also, it's like a fully rendered room, so it's not menus, it's the character actually has to move within the environment. He'll meet whoever he's paired up with, and they have to negotiate their roles and get going. So here we have the two roles that you can assume in the game. One being the runner is the one that actually sees the map from a first, like he sees it up close and personal. He gets to decide what actually happens, because the map maker can tell him what to do, but he overall has the end say. He has to pay attention to the sounds and movement around him. Some might be like duds of just things floating around in the spacecraft that just make a sound, or it might actually be a threat. So this is where the most of the horror aspect comes in, by being the runner. He also has to grab the resources and like manage his inventory and make sure that because you can't carry all the items on your person at once, so you have to make runs back to the spawn room and deliver the resources. The map maker sees the entire map the whole time, and he's supposed to lead the friend through it, and also just make plans of how to approach some situations, including counter hacking and all those kind of things. The look and feel of the game would be dark, isolated corridors, much like those from Alien Isolation. So yeah, closed corridors that are very claustrophobic and very low lighting, and a lot of little places that things can come out of and stuff. And then bigger rooms. This one specifically is the docking port for the spawn rooms, but it's also an indication of the bigger rooms where you'd find all the little things scattered about. And then the spawn room would be like where the map maker hangs out and does his stuff. The movement in the game is very specifically in zero gravity. The player has two options, being the magnetic gloves and the thrusters. The magnetic gloves lets him grab onto the closest wall, depending on how far that wall is, and then he looks in the direction that he wants to jump, and then like charges his jump and then makes the jump. This is very nice for covering long distances, like corridors or across rooms, reasonably silently. It will still make a huge noise as you connect to the walls, but the overall is like the stealth aspect. The problem with it is that you can't adjust your course mid-jump, so you have to kind of plan your jumps accordingly. The second option is the thrusters, which gives you all 6 degrees of freedom. But this is incredibly noisy for as long as you use them. They start off very slow as you use them, but the longer you hold them, the faster you get until you've reached the terminal velocity. This will be useful for like if you're stuck in the middle of the room and you need to get to a wall. But yeah, it's mostly a second form of navigation. It's not planned to be the main form. Okay, and then I've made a little video going through the game flow from when you from when you boot up the game and assume the map maker's role. And yeah.
Okay, so how do you want to do this? Okay, so what's that? Go straight to the 4, see if you can get it. I'm taking the drone to R1 and R2. This room looks good as well. How's your reflexes? Godlike? Why? I'm not going to scan for any idiots. That way I can find what I need. If I die, it's your fault. Find everything? Got a medkit. Should come in handy. Cool. R1 has electricity and ammo in it. No need to rush there though. Once you're done with R4, see if you can get to R3. How do I get there? Same way you came through, follow the corridors, second door on left. Cool.
Okay, so one of the things that are happening here is as he's going through these rooms, he has to click one of these 3 items to scan exclusively for those.
Look like it has a ticket. Just another case. Wait. History reactions. Bruh, you let me take closed door. Alright, give me a stick to open it up. In the meantime, stick scan it up. Cool.
So one of the things that you don't see now is he actually does a room scan.
How's that door? It's open. The scan is almost open. Shows the threat, but also a future score. It's cool. I can take it. Just remember to switch to the scan to race. Yeah. Alright, cool. Now look for events. I opened it. It will be used for the room with 2 reactions. Nice, got it. I'm gonna dock the alarm system and put everything in the ship.
So by docking, you'd be able to get a tactical advantage. Because if you know where an enemy is, you can move to try avoid them.
I'm looking at all the fence doors in your room. So that's what I want to get out of. Leave there. I just shoot out on the outside. Corridor.
So there we can see the players dropping off some resources.
Find out 6. The store is open. The scanner is open. I don't know what to say. It's all out. Okay, I'll scan on 5 in the meantime. Got a reaction wheel. Otherwise.
So that was the radial scanner that the drone has.
Bioweapon and tool wheels. Also seems to be an alien there. Cool, right now. I'm hacking the lights in that room too. Just so that you can spot them. Cool. Dude, I thought you said it was 6 p.m. Yeah, it is. Well, get back here, I just got shot. Damn it. Okay, I'm on my way.
So this is also a thing that wherever you can go, the other teammates can too.
Almost there.
So you're never really safe. So within the spawn room, you kind of also still have to be aware of your surroundings. Yeah.
Get back to R5. We need to get that bioweapon. With the dock on the other side. Okay, I got a funky puzzle. What do you see? There's a red button that says destroy some wires and a green button that says open. One second. You say open button on the screen, right? Yeah. Press the destroy button. Hold it until the green button goes yellow. Okay, it's yellow. Now let go of the button and press the yellow. Did you hear that too? You gotta hurry up. How many wires do you see? 3, 1, black and red. Alright, 1 second. Yeah, okay. Cut the red wire. Cool, got it. Go to the door opposite you came into. Up there. I also need a job for some stuff. I've got my guy's body. Cool. What do you have? I think I've got 2 deck cases and 3 reactors. What do we still need? I think we just need another deck case. We can get out. Dude, I scanned R4 and it's got a key card and a case in it. Let's check look around. Oh, it's dark in there. This objects are small. If you get any switch on the light first, I could have gotten right away. Well, let's go there, because we only need that deck case. I hope the place to talk to you. Sweet boy. Damn it. Looks like they're coming from that direction. I'm gonna drop to the next back. Nice. We destroyed them. Did it. GG.
Okay. So I forgot to make a little reference thing of all the games that inspired me. But mostly the games that inspired me was Alien Isolation for its environment, and then the hacking mechanic would be very reminiscent of Keep Talking, Nobody Explodes. And then for the map maker, the what would you call it? The intensity of the work versus amount of work being able to be done would be more like Lovers of a Dangerous Space-Time, where there's a lot more to do than there is that you can do. So I really wanted to make the map maker really stressed throughout his thing too. The match also should take around 40 minutes to an hour, instead of like just the 6 minutes that it was displayed. But but yes, that's pretty much the entirety of. And then yeah, I focus mostly on the fact that it's co-op. So you need to have voice communication with the person that you're talking to, and its emphasis that working together is the thing that will let you win. And then the replayability, adding basically just new ways to tackle things using the one-time use abilities, and just the other thing being aesthetics to kind of keep the guys wanting to buy stuff. But yeah, that's it. Any questions?
Who is that guy with the incredible voice?
I don't know.
You don't know?
I got it from Free Sound.
Cool.